Picture this. You're at a property auction in Bernalillo County, right? You win the bid on a house that looks like an absolute, unbelievable steal. You sign the papers, get the keys, and you're thinking, wow, I just hit the real estate jackpot. But then, a few weeks later, you check the mail and discover you didn't just inherit a house. No. You just inherited tens of thousands of dollars in hidden debt, old mortgages, and unpaid contractor claims. Yeah, that is the literal nightmare scenario of buying a property without properly checking for liens. And today, we're going to make sure that never, ever happens to you. Welcome to this explainer on exactly how to navigate Bernalillo County's property records to uncover those hidden encumbrances.
So to really understand why this is absolutely crucial, we got to look at how New Mexico law actually works. See, if you purchase a delinquent property at a county tax sale, you might naturally assume you're getting a clean slate. Makes sense, right? But according to the New Mexico Taxation and Revenue Department, quote, the sale extinguishes the tax lien only. No other liens are extinguished. What does that mean for you? It means prior mortgages, mechanics liens, and homeowners association debts. They all survive the sale. They instantly become your problem if you don't know where to look before you buy.
Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to break down this complex, multi-agency investigation into a logical, easy-to-follow protocol. We'll cover 1. The risk of hidden liens. 2. Understanding liens in Bernalillo. 3. Step 1. Assessor and treasurer. 4. Step 2. County clerk portal. 5. Step 3. Courts and state. And finally, 6. Next steps and legal protection.
Section 1. The risk of hidden liens, navigating a decentralized system.
Okay, when you're looking into real estate, the core problem you're going to face as a prospective buyer or investor in Bernalillo County isn't just that liens exist. It's how they're stored. 0. That is the exact number of unified, single search databases in Bernalillo County that'll show you all active property liens in one place. Because New Mexico is a limited disclosure state, there is no magic button you can just press. You're basically forced to act as a title detective, piecing together data across multiple totally decentralized county and state systems just to build an accurate title profile.
Section 2. Understanding liens in Bernalillo del Cio. The lien theory state. Before we start actively searching for clues, we really have to understand the specific laws governing property debt in New Mexico. This dictates how and why these liens are filed in the first place. You see, New Mexico is what's known as a lien theory state. In a lien theory state, the borrower actually holds the complete title to the home as soon as the purchase is made, while the lender just holds a lien against the property as security. This is super relevant because if a borrower defaults, the lender can't just take the house back. No way. They must petition a court to enforce the lien through judicial foreclosure, and that process generates a massive paper trail of public court documents and recorded liens that we can then track down. Now here is where it gets wild. There is a massive hidden risk here called the relation back doctrine. In New Mexico, if a contractor or supplier isn't paid, they can file a mechanics lien against the property. But under this doctrine, that lien takes priority from the date the construction project first commenced, even if they don't file the physical paperwork with the county until months later. I mean, think about that. You could close on a supposedly clean property today only to have a totally valid senior contractor's lien suddenly pop up next month. It's a real game changer.
Section 3. Step 1. Assessor and treasurer. Finding your identifiers.
So how do we actually find these records? Well, this is the first actionable step of our search protocol. And remember, it's kind of like a giant puzzle. Each step builds upon the exact information gathered in the previous one. So the crucial point is you absolutely must start your search here, the county assessor and the county treasurer. You literally cannot effectively search the county land records without first getting the precise legal property description and the parcel ID.
Luckily, you can access both of these offices online, but let's contrast them so you know exactly what we're looking for in each place. First, you go to the assessor's public portal. Think of them as giving you the map. You search the address to find the exact legal description and that all-important parcel ID. Then, you take that parcel ID and plug it straight into the treasurer's property tax search portal. The treasurer's system is the one that'll tell you if there's an active statutory tax lien, showing you the exact payment history and any red flags or delinquencies.
Section 4. Step 2. County Clerk Portal. The primary record search. All right, once we have our legal description and our assessor data, we move to the primary phase of the investigation, drawing from the official records down at Alvarado Square. The Bernalillo County Clerk uses a system called the Records Public Access Portal, or RPA. It is the official custodian of all real property recordings. This right here is where you search for mortgages, mechanics liens, and HOA liens.
But here's the catch. It is a name-based index. You have to search by the owner's name, which means you got to search carefully for spelling variations, typos, or maiden names. And critically, the digital records had a brick wall at 1978. If you need to trace title history before 1978, you can't do it online. You got to do an in-person physical search at the clerk's office or hire an abstractor. And this brilliantly illustrates our entire agency matrix. I highly encourage you to pause the explainer right now and screenshot this highly practical cheat sheet. Seriously, it maps out the entire decentralized system for you. You can clearly see how the clerk handles mortgages, the treasurer handles property taxes, and then we have the state and judicial portals, which we are going to look at next. Section 5, Step 3, Courts and State, Judgments and Fixtures. Okay. So, our detective work isn't quite done at the county line. We absolutely must check the state systems too, because civil court judgments don't automatically appear in the local clerk's land records until a specific transcript of judgment is filed. So, let's see how this builds our complete title picture. First, check the New Mexico Judiciary Public Access Portal. This is where you're going to find pending lawsuits, also known as lis pendens, and active foreclosures. Second, check the Secretary of State's UCC portal. If the property has commercial solar panels or leased agricultural equipment attached to it, the liens for those fixtures are filed here electronically. Finally, check the NM Taxation and Revenue TAP portal. This is to uncover any state-level tax claims like unpaid business taxes that have actually attached themselves to the owner's real estate.
Section 6, Next Steps and Legal Protection. What to do if you find a lien.
So you've run the gauntlet. You've checked the assessor, the clerk, the courts, and the state. What happens if you actually find a hit? Well, here is your actionable playbook. First, contact the lien holder directly and request an official payoff statement so you can negotiate the debt. Second, if you're buying at a tax sale, confirm the statutory redemption period. Why? Because in New Mexico, the original owner often has a specific window of time to pay you back and reclaim the property. Finally, once a debt is settled, listen closely. The job isn't done until you file a formal lien release with the Bernalillo County clerk. Be prepared to pay the $25 recording fee to officially wipe the slate clean on the public record. Now, as much as this protocol empowers you, and it really does, I have to give a firm professional disclaimer here. This explainer is based on publicly available information to help you understand the landscape, but honestly, nothing replaces the protection of hiring a qualified title company or a real estate attorney. They offer title insurance and legal clearance that a DIY search simply cannot guarantee. For sure, always consult a professional before finalizing a transaction. So I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to consider. Are you absolutely certain the property you're buying is truly debt-free? Or is there a hidden lien waiting across these scattered databases, just waiting to become your nightmare? Apply this step-by-step protocol, do your due diligence, and protect your financial future. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy hunting in the public records.